the things, and we only have 6 laps, less than 6 laps to go. I'm seeing steam come out of the 18 of Kyle Busch. He is tucked in behind that 84. Krista?
Kyle hasn't said anything about a potential overheating problem, but he does know who Chris Fontaine is. He knew he was going to match up with him in these closing laps once the field shuffled out, where that was his only hope. But he did say he wasn't sure if he trusted him. He wasn't sure if he should be pushing or being up front, because he didn't know how the spotters would work.
How about this? Chris Fontaine in front of the field at Daytona International Speedway. He's got his hands full with Kyle Busch shoving from behind.
Kyle Busch will blow up. He's going to blow that thing up, but he is not going to get out behind him.
More steam coming out of that 18 truck.
Kyle Busch tries to cheat to the outside to get some air. You heard him say, got to get down.
He has slow truck ahead.
That's going to hurt the performance of that 18. When that thing gets so hot and it finally loses enough water, it'll hurt the performance of it. It'll start to detonate.
So give me some air, and you still see the steam rolling out at the base of the windshield of the 18 of Kyle Busch. Is he going to get shuffled out of the way? Here comes the 31 of James Buescher up the middle.
I don't know if there's any room, but they're there.
There they go.
Problems as they go through the triangle. Austin Dillon is caught up in it. The 31 of Buescher's caught up in it.
That's the rest of the field.
They're
right
all
there.
in it.
That's
They're all
done.
in it.
There's only 2 guys left running.
The 2 that made it through, Elliott Sadler, Michael Waltrip. Take a look at the cars, trucks that are still under their own power.
Elliott Sadler, Michael Waltrip, Miguel Paludo.
Chris Fontaine in the 84.
How about Austin Dillon? Look at all the damage on that 3 truck of Austin Dillon's.
There was some heavy contact. The 18 has got damage and looks like a steam engine.
Todd Bodine,
Todd, this is his second
climb out.
His second go around. He said, I guess that'll about do it right there, boys.
Brad Sweet, great run going. That great Eclipse Chevrolet.
Parker Kligerman running the 29. That's such a good run going. There's the 84 of Chris Fontaine. I was wondering if he was able to get through. He was not.
What a great job, Chris Fontaine. Kyle Busch almost pushed him to the lead. Timothy Peters, he was the 4th truck in line. There's Ricky Carmichael. You see the damage on Ricky Carmichael's truck.
You know, I believe if the 18 hadn't gotten hot and started blowing steam out.
Hot, Jennifer Jo Cobb pulls up next to Kyle Busch and voices her displeasure.
Not sure. I'd have to see all the replays to see what that's all about.
Max Pappas also pulls up. Chris Fontaine out of his truck. Todd Bodine out of his truck.
James Buescher jumps to the inside. Let's see who makes contact first. James Buescher's good.
They just start bouncing around back in there.
It was really Brad Sweet in the 32 truck. Maybe the 32 got hooked by the 51 truck. Red flag is out.
That's kind of what it looked like. They just started moving around. They were wobbling as they were going down toward turn 1 there. Truck gets really free coming through the tri-oval here, especially when you get them 3 wide like that.
It was 3 wide in front of where the truck that got a little bit.
Here's another look now. Watch.
A little bit sideways.
Watch behind the blue truck. That's the 32 behind the blue truck. Looks like he may have got pushed from behind, and that got him into the truck on the inside.
I believe that.
Is that Eric Almirola, maybe the 51 truck?
That black truck has Almirola.
Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, Almirola got it going.
I think he got in the back of Brad Sweet, possibly.
Yeah.
And then turned him sideways.
And buddy, when he did.
There's another view. Watch behind the blue truck now. Watch behind the blue truck.
He'll catch the 29 of Parker Kligerman.
I don't think the 51 was into the back of him, DW.
It almost looked like the 32 and the 18 made some contact.
Blocks the track, and nobody had anywhere to go. Ricky Carmichael did a nice job going down through the grass to avoid that.
About a $500,000 junkyard right there. We just keep looking at this. We'll figure it out. The 31 is going to squeeze in right here, and this is what starts to create the commotion. Looking.
Yeah, here we're going to. You see Buescher start wobbling there a little bit.
Little bit of movement.
Then maybe the 93 of Cole Witt may have got into Brad Sweet, possibly. Right into his left rear corner. How about Miguel Paludo, that white truck, avoiding that's going to end up in the 3rd spot when they get to turn 1.
But Phil, you know, when they start moving around like that, all that movement, you really don't have control of your truck.
You talked about at the very opening of the show. You run just as fast down that portion of the racetrack. It's only banged to 18 degrees.
The things really get free and light coming through there.
3 wide here. Looking to make it 3 wide. Hold your line up top. Reckon.
Yeah, that lick, whoever was under the 31 got into the 31 and I think may have started that. And we think it may have been Cole Witt.
There's Timothy Peters. He's going to be another one of the guys, the fortunate ones that gets through this.
If you can get through this, you're Houdini. That's all I know. Look at this. How are you going to get through here? How are you going to get through here? Unbelievable. All right, let's look at this real close now. These guys right here, and maybe this is where it came from. 2 black trucks down on the inside. Now let's see where they go. 31.
He squeezes the 29 down a little bit. There's the 32. He starts wiggling. He started wiggling. The 51 of Almirola did not get in the back of that 32. He just got a little bit loose, like you talked about, turned sideways and got into the truck on the inside.
Clipped him and turned him right into the 31. Get enough looks at this thing, we'll figure it all out eventually. Oh my, look at that at real time. That
was a hard hit by Parker Kligerman.
And I'm not sure, Phil, but down in there may not be any safer barrier. I think that's right in a part of the racetrack where they don't have safer barrier.
Just before it starts back for the corner.
Yeah, they had just gone through the trial.
There's the start-finish line right there. Just past that.
Now
there was some safer barrier there.
They caught some of it right at the end of the safer barrier. You can see, if you look on the outside, you'll see those blocks of styrofoam.
Yep.
Yeah, right, he caught it right on the end.
Piece of sheet metal flying through the air and
flying everywhere.
Thank goodness that it landed in the infield.
What an amazing job, though, by Miguel Paludo to avoid this, as well as Timothy Peters. And those essentially were the only 4 trucks to emerge unscathed.
You see the damage to a lot of the trucks that are stopped here because we're under a red flag condition.
Can you believe the way the seas parted for that 17, though? I mean, how could he get through that whole mess? He drove through the whole thing and didn't hit anybody.
A lot of damaged race trucks.
If I don't trust if I shut it off, it'll fire back up.
Kyle Busch saying, I don't want to shut it off. Trucks that looked so good earlier today, now messed up.